goes down a cash. We know that they are so comfortable here. They had an amazing first match, or first map there of Cobblestone against Fnatic. Everything is in their court right now, but can they carry it through onto cash against Fnatic? That is going to be the question, and we're about to start the pistol round.
Right, game two. Can Fnatic get back into this? Cologne makes a noise in his biatch! Liquid have been a team who have been very disciplined on the A site in the past. You can see they're playing the retake here, and they're going for a really fast push in the B area. You can see s1mple and hiko coming in for an instant flank. olofmeister is waiting for it, but is he going to find it in time?
Yeah, it's very quiet at the moment, very sneaky stuff, but they have found their way onto the site, and now Nitro realizes what's going on. That incendiary is very well placed. That will actually delay the bomb plant from going down, buying an extra 7 seconds for a rotation there for Liquid. s1mple's going to come in now as the wrap here for the retake commences. The bomb only now just going down. That incendiary from Nitro doing great work. So definitely they've done their homework on that one, but it's now time for Liquid to go for the coordination. They're all set up now, but Flusher is going to take down hiko on the flank.
Yeah, all kinds of flanks coming in from the T's, but he needs to get back on the site because the CTs are streaming in. s1mple gives him a man advantage. JDM's going to contribute as well. Dennis and Flusher remaining. Two backs coming in for them. It's all turning around now. Ellie's alone, going to get taken down. Dennis again doing monstrous damage for Fnatic. That is the start they needed. A strong pistol round from the Swedes.
Dennis is the executioner on these pistol rounds, man. He's been so consistent for Fnatic. That's a really good start now. They can really drive home a very good pace onto Liquid now that they have all that money on the T side. As the aggressors, they've already shown us that they have loads of cool anti-eco strategies. They were very disciplined on Cobblestone. And Liquid, they're going to be playing a bit of dodgeball here. We've got 5 HEs in their hands right now. So Liquid are going to be trying to nail everybody with those. And there they go, all into middle. Unfortunately, they are not going to connect with anybody. And in all the noise and the dust of those explosions, s1mple will sneak into position, but quickly removed by olofmeister. So Liquid going with that little gamble hasn't paid off. And now it's just a few P250s to get some damage in.
Yeah, they haven't gone for the full force buy here. They're going to need the grenades on the CT side, especially smokes, especially flashes. And Cache is a great map because there's so much you can do on both sides, on the CT side, the T side. You can go for some A aggression, some B aggression. You can try and take these areas. We'll see if Liquid do that in the future of this half. But I think Liquid are maybe being a bit underestimated. Obviously, it was a slightly different team who used to play this map, but s1mple especially is quite interesting on the T side, especially if he chooses to go and harass the B bomb side, which might be taken by hiko on this occasion, but we'll talk about that in the second half. For now, Liquid have a stack over towards A, with hiko alone towards B. There's time for Fnatic to clear this out. They're coming in for a split as well of 2 players in mid. Nobody's showing for Liquid just yet, but Lee will be the first to show his head. That's a great headshot with a P250 as well.
Yeah, Fnatic have left themselves some time to clear out the site, though. They don't have to rush this one. That's a great series of entries there from Krim. Surgical precision coming in with that Galil. And now it's just going to be hiko, who will actually find a UMP. Maybe we're going to frag with this one. It's a bit wild. The knife comes out for olofmeister, but hiko will be eliminated by Krims in the end for the triple kill on this anti-eco. Couple frags from almost no investment there from Liquid. So that's a brilliant result. They'll be very happy. Fnatic probably quite happy as well. They didn't really lose too many players. That was within acceptable losses, and now it's going to be down to the HEs again. Looks like Liquid are really intent on making the multiple HEs actually work, and if they've been watching demos of Fnatic on Cache, maybe they've picked up some trends as to where Fnatic go quickly at the start of rounds.
Let's see if we can find out. Liquid, a map ahead of Fnatic, and I think all eyes will be on a Fnatic victory here, but again, never over until it's over here. Got Liquid moving over towards the A site once again. They've deployed many of their HEs. hiko will be holding on to one. s1mple's gone for Kevlar Deagle once again. Didn't really work out on the same round over on Cobble. He's holding an angle on the A site, currently in the NBK position, moving over towards Quad, but Fnatic being very passive for the time being. Flusher's reasonably deep over towards the B bomb site, making sure no flanks are coming in, keeping all of Fnatic's options open. Krim's in the squeaky door. olofmeister passively holding mid in case there is a multi-man push here from the CTs.
The problem for Fnatic, it may sound stupid to say it, but again, I brought it up in the previous map. s1mple is going to invest a lot of money, much more than his teammates, because again, he's not the primary AWPer in the situation, JDM is, so he can afford to do that. He's got one of the best Eagles probably in the game. So that you can get untradeable kills there, and he's very often going to get a frag or two with that. So that could be kind of dangerous for Fnatic. We'll have to see if that is going to be a problem, because Fnatic actually, they're going for the B play, and there is a rotation. Looks like Liquid know what's going on.
We've got movement here from the CTs. They're coming in. The Legion's going to get taken down. Hiko's on the site. He'll have to run distraction while his team try and go through the smoke that's going to be put down in CT to try and help him before he goes down. JW holding an angle now. Going to face 2, and it's going to be a s1mple cleanup, no pun intended. s1mple taking down Dennis. Other than that, no damage done here to Fnatic. Bai coming in for Liquid now. We should see JDM going straight for the big green gun. Rest of his team going to have the M4s coming out. And they're going to be quite limited on the grenades. Those HEs they bought will shorten things. That was $600 spent around 2 rounds per person for those who opted for it. Let's have a look and see if Liquid are going to get aggressive. Some players will say that the CTs need to build their economy first before they get aggressive, and that's obviously quite a good decision to have. But JDM's in position to go for a pop flash here for Nitro and Elige on the A site. There it is, perfectly done, and JW's going to get taken down. No response here for Fnatic. JDM, where did that come from? 2 people down, no response from Fnatic. 5 versus 2 immediately.
Yeah, completely shut down there. JDM, I think, got a double through Squeaky as Fnatic wanted to punish the push through into the main area, but they got completely wrecked. Now it's just down to Crims. And I say just down to him. There's really not too much he can do in this position. They know where he is. He's pretty much trapped in here. The bomb is out in no man's land. But it's a similar situation as we described in the previous Cobblestone, where Crims was alone. All he has to do here is just get some damage and just get some frags, pressure the economy of the CT side, and by saving the weapon, I mean, he can't do too much. I mean, his team is going to be unable to really buy with him too much in the future. Actually, no, sorry, as I say that, they do actually have a buy coming in next.
There are problems here for Fnatic, because not only are they off to a disastrous start when they're a map down on what should be a Fnatic map, they haven't killed a single player for Liquid. Liquid building money straight off the bat. Not even a plant for Fnatic. Many problems here for the Swedes.
And the double orbs, because they were able to pick up JW's orb for free. That is a very nice transaction. Pop flash for an AWP. I will take that every time.
But look at s1mple spawn. s1mple's got the most forward spawn you can get on the CT side, which, like Fox on FaZe, he can go for a peek towards B if he wants to. He can go for a squeaky play as well, or he can just take things normally. He's heading over towards B. Let's see if he chooses to have that aggressive peek there. Is he going to have a rifler for support? He's just going for the normal angle over towards the B area. Again, different styles, different strokes for different folks. Now, this is the usual harassment we see. We see NIP do this as well. Although they're using double ops to make sure nobody's behind the box there. Fnatic being very careful. They know what's at stake here.
Yeah, great smoke there to be able to just travel back safely. And, well, it's going to be s1mple having to be in a much more conservative position, and that's going to mean that he won't get an opportunity to take as many shots if Fnatic do actually go for that B push. And with so much invested towards B, one would expect that, considering that Fnatic have very limited utility left over after that the play will actually come into the mid-round, into towards a B split. That's actually what Fnatic probably should do after already pressuring so heavily towards B. But they're actually currently waiting for a response from Liquid. But with a double orb setup, Liquid are really having to play very reactively.
In a way, you can compare this to Inferno, how the Ts used to force the CTs back in the middle area to deny them information. They used the smokes and the Molotovs to force the CTs back on the B bomb site from those positions where they can get information, where they can go for flanks. They have to play from the site, so again, it's like Team Liquid did to Fnatic on A on Cobblestone. The Ts can be on top of the B players, and they'll have to gamble, take a guess as to what's going on. Look at the positions of Crims and Olofmeister in the middle area as well. Should Fnatic choose to pinch the B bomb site, there can be no flanks here from the CTs. JDM and Nitro are miles away, and they still have 1 player in the mid area, only 2 here on the B bomb site for the CT. So far, so good though. s1mple and Hiko coming in big. Elige takes on Olofmeister as well. 5 versus 2 once again.
And Hiko with another frag there. They're still holding the line. s1mple gets 1 key frag, but it's all about Hiko with the triple, and that's a beautiful defense. Once again, Fnatic being shown that they must respect the individual skill of Liquid, even though both Hiko and s1mple were trapped on the bomb site, able to just have their backs against the wall and deliver. So now Fnatic are going to be in an awful situation when it comes to their buy, and they'll have to get a lot done with very little. And it's very important to do that, because right now, Liquid still have the double orb setup running in, and you can see that s1mple's taking that confidence of that double orb setup from the last map, and it's still working out straight off the bat on Cash.
Liquid have lost 1 player in 2 rounds. They've had 9 players survive, basically. Yes, they lost a pistol. Yes, they lost the 2 following rounds. But since the buy, which is going to be one of the most important rounds as well, they've secured their economy very, very well. And Fnatic in a disastrous situation. Desperation here. JDM missing another shot when 3 players are showing. How is he missing these shots? It's fish in a barrel down. These are important frags he needs to find.
Yeah, but they can always rely on Elige, who's on the bomb side there. He's got Nitro for support as well. Two excellent riflers. The rotations coming in ahead of the play from Fnatic because the counter grenades have been solid here. And there it is, walking straight into Nitro and s1mple. Nitro will go down. He will be traded by Fnatic, but still, s1mple and Elige cannot be stopped in this round. 3-3. Liquid showing Fnatic that the head lead is just nothing to them.
13 of 15 players survived in the last 3 rounds for Liquid. s1mple starts this round with $10,000 in the bank. This is not good for Fnatic. Fnatic went for the short smoke there, top of short, so it forced Elige back towards the car position because he was very vulnerable. But then the CTs turned it back on the Ts, and they re-smoked the position. Then you see flusha trying to push through the smoke with a flash, comes in sideways, gets taken down, and it doesn't work out for Fnatic once again. And they've had no plants in these 3 rounds either. Yes, their loss bonus is going up, but that extra $800 per person could be the difference between a buy and a save, and they're going to be saving once again after another failed attempt.
So we're back to that taser on Crims to see if taser can be useful. It's going to be much harder on the CT side, but that's T side. But that said, Dennis is going to open things up there, able to get a quick kill in middle, looking to claim the weapon, but Elige is looking after it. Elige is wanting to actually go forward for the kill, it would seem. This is quite dangerous. The flash comes in from a teammate, though, and does he expect all of us to be there? Looks like they know, and Elige will spray him down, and it should be pretty easy to follow up here for Liquid now with the man advantage as well. Fnatic going for a rotation with the bomb, but with no grenades, no weapons, no nothing. It's really hard for Fnatic to even accomplish a frag, let alone a bomb plant.
Yeah, there's an argument for spending less on pistols on a round like this and more on grenades to try and get yourselves onto a site. Try and get yourselves that plant, that extra money. Even if you don't need it for the following round, it could come in handy later on depending on how the rounds go. But Fnatic, with minimal damage done in this round, only JDM down, just getting taken down in isolation. Nitro on the site needs to deliver those, so the plant can't come down to him for the Swedes. But JW's going to wreck him in the face. But JW's over on forklift with the bomb. He needs to cross now, and Elige's got the angle. No plant for Fnatic. They will take down 2 players, though. The second off's going to get saved by Elige as well.
Yeah, quad kill for Elige. Look how confident he's been playing. This is beautiful to see Elige stepping up and achieving the form that we know he's capable of actually showing. And now it's another round for Liquid, the advantage. Fnatic will be able to get themselves that big buy-in there. No AWP to be featured here, so we likely won't see too much of a very slow drawn-out round as winning the picking game, knowing that they're up against double AWP. It's really not the approach that you want. Normally, you want to try to play a set piece, cut off those angles, and close the distance with the help of the smoke grenades versus the AWPs that are in play here for the North American side.
We don't have great spawns for either side here, but JDM's going straight through the squeaky door, and he's going to take down Crims very early indeed. No answer once again for Fnatic. That's really surprising because the CT spawns were far back, JDM was far back, the T spawns are far back, so there's no fast shenanigans into mid from them, but he still manages to make it work. He knows his timings. Fnatic, again, getting their legs taken out from them at the very beginning of the round, starting to creep towards Squeaky. They don't know if JDM's still there. Dennis is going to check with the bomb, no less, which is a bit of a risk in itself, but JDM has since exited, so this is wasting time for Fnatic now. And now with the bomb in the squeaky door, they look very likely to go for an A play here. Dennis likely to drop a smoke onto quad, but then they're going to have to find a way through it with flashbangs.
So we have JDM there, and he has been missing some shots. He did connect the first one in this matchup. We'll have to see whether or not he's going to be good here because the push is about to hit Nitro's position. Very, very key. We've got multiple players coming in. Nitro with the first spray down. Second crack comes in from s1mple. An easy 1-2-3 from the defensive line of Team Liquid as they shut down Fnatic, and they're doing so in a dominant, very dominant fashion. Fnatic aren't even contesting them in some of these rounds.
And they survived with 5 players, Dan. They are making, look at the money on the CT side. This is supposed to be Fnatic's map. They haven't won anything since the pistol and the 2 ecos here. And Liquid are surviving in numbers.
This is scary.
They've got 3 players with 5 figures. And they're still rocking double AWPs.
I mean, this is scary and unprecedented. Fnatic don't normally ever get dominated. The only time we ever saw a very dominant showing was against G2 very, very recently. Is that going to be a repeat here? So far, the form is on for Liquid, and Fnatic looking to go through the smoke. JDM is going to miss the shot. Going for the second, and the flick will not connect, and he has to get out of there, but he might not have enough time to do it. Just barely escaping, though, as we will see Fnatic just edging closer and closer to that B site with the pistols.
s1mple and Hiko were expecting this, though. They started out on the site itself. s1mple delivering, getting traded immediately, though, and Hiko has to buy time for his team to rotate here. Elige coming in for 2-man spray down. Hiko's going to clean up flusha as well, leaving Dennis alone versus 3. Headshot comes in, and now he can finally get a bomb plant down. Can he even clutch? We know how capable Dennis is of this. We saw it on Cobblestone. We might see it here as well. He wants the AK, he gets the AK.
Needs the reload though, and the A's will be coming in, making his life very cramped indeed. There's nothing to do, stepping out into the open. He is forced to do this because of the flames, and Nitro will easily punish him. 6-3 now. When will this streak of rounds stop from Team Liquid?
Hiko has $15,000 on the CT side of cash versus Fnatic. What is that?
It defies expectation, James. Fnatic are supposed to be the team that even if they're losing rounds, they're doing loads of economic damage, they're getting a lot of kills. But that's the big difference that I'm seeing, is that they're not able to do that so far against Liquid. They're changing their setup completely at the moment. We've got JW and Olofmeister going to the AWPs. So Fnatic, they're actively really trying very hard to figure out what is the solution against what Liquid are doing at the moment. And we'll have to see if the double AWPs will be that solution, as we see both of the AWPs actually towards A main and also the boost position. Olof up on the boost, I believe, as well as we have JW in the main area, looking for that initial pick into the A bomb site. But so far, no players on the defense to avail themselves to JW's reticle.
Yeah, Olofmeister just looking through the crack there now, inspecting, investigating. Liquid not offering themselves. They've chosen to abandon mid in this round. So again, they're aware of Fnatic, how they react to Liquid setups, and they keep changing it here. And that's going to cost Fnatic time. It's going to cost them time to figure out where people are. And you can see they want the early pick to capitalize on it, to stretch the CTs now, who are going for a push. They see that nobody's in A. Now there's information here for the Liquid side. They can choke off A completely from this area. But JW's come from nowhere, and Eli's going to take him down. How does he fail there?
Yeah, this is really bad right now. A systemic failure of Fnatic is not going to be very good. And again, another missed opportunity. Olaf cannot win the battle against JDM. JDM finally connecting one of those shots, and it's all on that B play now. s1mple coming in with the AWP. He will be tested. The trade will be alive, though, as Flusha will clean up the bomb site. There is still a chance in this round for Fnatic, and Flusha wants to absolutely cripple Liquid, takes the risk, but he's going to leave Crims in a 1 versus 3 after plant.
Finally, Fnatic get a bomb plant in round 10. And now he needs to hold Crims, but there are too many numbers to do it. I mean, what is going on, Dan? Do we need to see a pause here? JW was so hidden in the main, I didn't even see him, and he still doesn't get the kill.
Yeah, I think a pause would be very, very good right now, because I think they just need a breather, regardless of anything else. And we can see so many different setups. They're trying so much stuff, but right now the confidence on Liquid is absolutely astronomical.
Have you ever seen JW taking a pose like that in a match? Because I haven't. That is not confidence. That is not Fnatic.
Even if they're losing, they're usually quite jovial, but right now, obviously, we're seeing a deflated Swedish lineup. This is definitely a very crazy turn of events here at the Lanxess Arena.
The timeout has come in from Fnatic, and it's definitely needed, even if there's nothing to discuss. They just need to break the momentum from Liquid. They can't break the money from Liquid. Liquid have 4 players over 10K, and there are 4 rounds to play. That is a lot of rounds, and they have a lot of money, and Fnatic only have 3 of 10 rounds right now.
And as dominant as this does look here for the Liquid side, once again claiming 7 rounds in a row. And are we seeing a situation where Fnatic is winning most of the pistol rounds, but just unable to do anything after that? That's kind of ridiculous, because they are getting the start that they want, and usually they're so good at imposing their will after that, but Liquid showing that they are good at just denying that in this instance against Fnatic here today at the semi-final. It's a good time to do it. It's a good time to peak in your performance. And the interesting thing here is that Fnatic only really, I would say, need like 5 rounds, because their CT sides normally are very, very respectable on cash as well.
The reality of this situation is, if Fnatic didn't win the pistol, this could be 10-0 right now. Nothing but momentum here for Liquid. What do Fnatic do in this situation? I mean, again, Liquid keep changing their approach. And Liquid are reading Fnatic well in terms of what they're doing. Even with good spawns on one particular round, s1mple and Hiko started in the B bomb site, around the headshot area, around the boxes. At the beginning, no angles held or anything. Expecting a fast play from Fnatic, ready for it, prepared for it.
Yeah, we're seeing... no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Liquid, they keep changing their formation. In one particular round, they chose to abandon mid, and Fnatic was standing there for ages, just waiting for somebody to peek, thinking, ultimately, someone's going to need to look for information. We can punish that look, but nobody's looking.
And one of the amazing things right now is that we're seeing great performance from Elise. And, I mean, he's been doing so well, and again, over the last few months, he's not really been stepping up in most of the tournaments, but it seems like here today, things are going quite well, and if this continues, you can see the true potential of Liquid in that sense, and just how good they are at dominating with their skill alone almost. And we're going to see now the play come out from Fnatic as they go into this round after a long pause. Is that pause, is it going to deliver for them? Normally it does, but they have to go into s1mple, and that's not normally a good sign.
They put 3 people in mid, did Liquid, maybe expecting fast aggression. Importantly, Hiko's in the vent because s1mple's going to need the help there, or will he? Is he going to go full FPL mode, Dan? That's 1 frag for him. Elite's getting taken down. Hiko coming through the vent now. 2-man spray down to him. Can't get a third, but he's got the bomb. That means the rotation. There's not many places Fnatic can go now.
They have to commit to this B-bomb side, it seems, and JDM will be just held off for a little bit by the fire, but Fnatic need to move here. What do they do? They're trapped. Right now, Liquid know exactly where they are. They don't know, what angles are actually held by Liquid as well. Is the flank even clear at this point? They do have the time to use the flank if they want to go back, but again, they have to clear so many angles and it will be a very slow approach. Flusher is making the efforts there, but the bomb is still towards the vent room right now, and s1mple is waiting for it to peak, just sitting on the site with the AWP in hand as we see Flusher just trying to check out what's going on towards T-spawn, but time is slowly running out, and I don't know if Fnatic will have enough time if they aren't able to get a frag pretty soon.
It's another situation. Fnatic looking for that pick to exploit, to try and figure out what the CTs are doing, but they're just not being served it. Nitro moving back to a more passive angle now. JDM moving away as well. And how long can Flusher look for this pick? Is he going to move into the mid area? JDM's got a very nice angle, but he's only got a pistol out. But he's got a nice angle onto the middle area. He should see Flusher's feet before Flusher sees anything. And there we go, the 5-7 coming in. Flusher gets taken down. 3 versus 1 with 15 seconds left. It hasn't paid off here, and Crims is desperately trying to find out what's going on. s1mple just needs to hide as the CT rotation comes in. 9 seconds left, just hide s1mple, that's all you need to do. Crims, the flame's coming in now, and the job has been done here by Liquid. There's no time to plant the bomb. Crims can't do much. Looking for a weapon, there's no hope for him. Can he even survive? He can't, he's got 1 HP, Dan. And he's just about, he's got 9 bullets. Oh, this is brutal! He's finally going to get taken down. Holy potatoes, Dan. It is 8-3. Fnatic have no answer to Liquid.
Yeah, and Chris dying off the time in that situation, almost better to run into the flames because now he's got absolutely no money. He's got $1,800 in the bank, and the rest of his teammates have around $3,400 to 4K, so they can just barely scrap together some rifles, but they can't really get grenades with them, so the utility will be sorely lacking. Just in an effort to have grenades, JW is going to sacrifice having a better weapon, and he'll pick up a UMP, so at least one of these players has grenades, and this means that they're probably restricted to a pretty fast play at the moment, and they're going to go into JDM if they're looking to go over the boost. He's ready, he's waiting. Olofmeister's got the AK. Olofmeister must hit a shot here if he dares peek into JDM. It looks like he is going to be biding his time for now. Perhaps a smoke to come in to cover JDM's position. Perhaps a flash to peek with. But it will be the smoke. They're going to go for it. And there's the flick from JDM. And will he get the second? Looks like it's going to be a little bit too difficult. He'll have to back away. But he's done enough so far. And Liquid go for the rotation. Olofmeister able to open things up as Crims does as well. But s1mple comes back in. And Olofmeister will shut him down.
Seems Olof has had enough of Liquid's shenanigans here, looking to claw back a reasonable score, which is still possible for Fnatic. JDM and Hiko have other ideas. They're a man down. JW's holding the middle area, both CTs over towards the car. They're going to need to cross that path up highway. That's going to be a problem for them. Flusher moving into the smoke as well. JW's positioning is key. The other 2 players don't need to peek if they know where both the CTs are. Olofmeister not peeking. The Flames will force him just back a little bit, but again, doesn't need to peek here. And it seems he might just do this for his team. Finally, Fnatic get another round on the board. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, but Liquid have had double AWP since round 5. We're now on round 13, and finally, Fnatic get another round on the board.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to, on their first big buy, able to steal away an AWP immediately from Fnatic to get the double AWP. So, I mean, you're not going to likely invest in a double AWPs very quickly, as you said previously, because it's such an expensive situation. You don't want to tax your economy in that way very early on, but because you pick it up for free, why not? And the 8-4 is the reality for Liquid right now, and they have all the opportunity to shut Fnatic down in the remaining rounds. If they were to reset them here, Fnatic are likely not going to be moving away from 4 rounds.
Exactly. In the last 3 rounds that Liquid have won, they've survived with 2, 3, and 1 player. So their money has all of a sudden depleted. And again, it's been horrible for Fnatic so far, but 8-7 is still entirely likely. But Elige might have other ideas. We can see he's in a boost position. He's going to be very key if Fnatic choose to commit here. They might be running distraction while Flusher tries to move into the middle area, but here is Elige and s1mple. 2 big frags for the CTs. Elige in front of the door, though, is going to get taken down by Crims.
Yeah, we still have a good defense coming from Liquid. They have players, bodies behind that red container. The bomb plant cannot go down just yet. Fnatic need to make the final push, and that's what they're going to do. Straight over the top here. Crims is trying to go, but he is just playing at the moment with JDM. And JDM connects the shot on the side of the smoke, but there's a player straight above him. He realizes now, when will the frag come in right now? JDM can't see him. Olofmeister is just sitting there, and finally, Nitro lands the shot. And there is nothing left for Fnatic.
I can't even imagine what kind of resolution JDM's playing on to not see that. Is he playing on the Game Boy, Dan? Either way, 9-4, Fnatic win one desperate round and they get immediately reset, and it is going to be a desperate buy coming out. Flusher's got 3,900. That's an AK armor and a flash. 2 rifles here for Fnatic moving into the second last round. They had a chance to break the economy of Liquid. They still have a chance going into the last round. But this one's not going to be easy. And surely we're going to see a fast play from Fnatic. 2 rifles, a few flashbangs here and there. HG's being eaten by the speed so far. Elige coming in with a spray down. How many frags is Elige going to get? He's got 16 so far and he's looking for more.
Yeah, JDM's going to divert the push that was coming in through A main as well. The bomb will go down in A main, and look at this. Liquid want to get more aggressive in middle there. Not giving Edelfire the space to breathe, but the spray down comes into play. It will be the Flames to finish off Olofmeister, but he's done his best in that situation to get 2 kills. Crims and Dennis still stand, and they cannot be counted out at the moment as they are holding on to some pretty dangerous weaponry. They don't have utility to aid them in their eventual push, but what they do have going for them right now is time and the fact that Liquid are down to 3 players, meaning that they're very spread out at the moment, and Fnatic should be able to get engagements. What is that? Long-range shot connected by Crims. JW is history, and maybe there's a chance now for Fnatic in this round.
Dennis casually crab walking backwards in mid. Don't see that every day. 2 players now for Fnatic, just holding up again. They're waiting for the peaks, but this time Liquid do need information, and Hiko's starting to search for it, and Dennis is holding the angle. Who's going to be the recipient? It is going to be Hiko. That's a big frag, but s1mple is creeping. They see him with the AWP now, and the desperate play into B comes in. Smokes. You see double smokes in the same place there. s1mple just jumping casually into the side. He's going to fall down again. What is this clutch from s1mple? Are you serious? What is that? You can't do that, s1mple. That's not allowed. This is not FPL. This is a major.
s1mple is an assassin. This guy is absolutely unbelievable. He's the X Factor for Team Liquid. There is no question.
I have no words. I have no words.
Fnatic did everything they could. Everything they could in that round. It looked like it was completely a shut book. Dennis found a way to open the book back up. But s1mple, I don't know, man. If he comes in with that, there's nothing that can be done.
It was a no-scope. He didn't even... We had 1 button on his mouse stand. He had 1 button. There was no zoom.
All right, we have a fast round coming in. Fnatic want to end this half very quickly, and it is all over very quickly. 11-4 Liquid with the most crazy performance on Cash. The most unexpected display of skill against one of the most skilled lineups in CSGO history.
I can't take this, Dan. Somebody hold me. Somebody might need to hold Fnatic if they can't bring this back. We will find out if they can in the second half. See you back here shortly.
Get your tickets for ESL 1 Cologne 2017 at Ticket Shop 1 at a special price. Only available this weekend.
We are back, and we're about to kick off with the second half between Team Liquid and Fnatic. And Team Liquid are just truly electric right now. Their form is ridiculous. And I feel like they still have more gears to go to because JDM previously has been such a star player. He's a recent addition to the lineup. We haven't really seen much from him. S1mple has been the man to take over the game. He has been the X factor for Team Liquid. He's been the man that has put Fnatic on their back at the moment. And Liquid already with that first map victory are looking at making history right now with a finals run.
If he keeps going like this, they're going to have to build a statue in Ukraine for him, Dan. 5 more rounds. That's what Liquid require. Fnatic are up against it. Yes, they're good at this map. Yes, they have some nice T-sides. They got 4 rounds!
4 rounds is definitely pretty worrying. That said, Dennis has been sublime when it comes to connecting the shots that allows Fnatic to get the good start. The problem is
they got 4 rounds, Dan!
They can't capitalize on those good starts. The run stops so quickly. So, one more time for good message, James.
They've got 4 rounds. They have to defend with 4 rounds. 1-0 up Liquid, 5 rounds away from one of the biggest upsets, surely, in a major? Surely. Like especially on Cash. 4 rounds!
And like I said before, there is some history with Liquid in situations like this. But this is a different Liquid. They are redefining themselves right now. We'll have to see if it goes the distance, because we've got Dennis here, the pistol master, looking to make quick work of the push, which is inevitably about to reach him over the top in middle. It is just a matter of time until Dennis has a torrent of aggressors.
He goes throwing a nade in towards the A bomb site, and indeed it seems to be splits coming in very quickly indeed. It's a nice smoke, but Dennis is going to get the first frag, trying to find more, but he's got to reload. JW on the site with 2 frags elsewhere. Dennis still trying to battle with JDM. He's going to get taken down by Flutter coming in for the knife, but he's not going to get the Rockstar highlight on this occasion, but they will take the round.
Fnatic win another pistol, but Liquid have to be just on fire right now in every sense of the word, apart from literally, of course. But in the comms, they must be feeling amazing. Their form is obviously in the game right now amazing. Will that momentum carry them through? On the last map, Fnatic suffered, let's not forget, Fnatic suffered a very dominant first half from Liquid once again, but they were able to bring it back in the second half with the win of the pistol round as well. So let's not count out the sweeps just yet. Liquid have shown us some mastery, but Fnatic have a lot left up their sleeves.
Importantly, Fnatic have won both the pistols now. Now that should put them in a good spot to mount a bit of a comeback here. We should see 11-8 worst case scenario, then the all-important buy rounds come in for both sides. We saw them fail in the first half, that'll be important, but first they need to hold. Liquid are coming towards them with a plan.
The plan is to be rush A with all the nades, and all the flames are doing damage to spray the crossfires. The bullets rain upon Team Liquid, and Fnatic will reign supreme on the bomb site as the bomb is dropped. And there should surely be no hope for it to be retrieved. S1mple's going to try to get something done, but JW will put an end to that. Fnatic, importantly, survive with 5 players in the anti-force buy round.
Exactly, now it's Fnatic's turn to enjoy the spoils of surviving in the numbers, just as Liquid did. How long will it continue, though? Should continue for this one. The Liquid side around $2,000 per person, which also means that we're likely to see, well, I don't know, maybe JDM, he will sometimes opt for a scout, but he's not going to have money for the AWP. And again, I mentioned S1mple earlier on the T side. I've watched him play some qualifiers for tournaments where he's been so good on Cash with an AK that he's been accused openly of hacking by his opponents, especially harassing over towards B. He's going to be a problem for Fnatic to deal with. Yes, they have individual skill, but we've seen that Liquid have that as well. Maybe the strongest roster that Liquid have ever had.
It surely is. There is, I don't think, any denying it, especially at this point, but there's still work to be done. There's still an achievement to be collected to prove that truly. It is 5 rounds away at the moment as Liquid are sitting on this eco, looking to get some economic damage in. And there is a lot of pressure for them to find a way to do that, but with 4 Glocks and Tech 9, nothing else. I was about to say it's going to be hard, but Dennis does get dinged and has to fall back away from middle. So now Dennis is weak. Will Liquid try to hunt him down? They need a couple frags here because they didn't kill anyone in the previous round. That is what they must do. And we can see JW playing with those optimal ranges against the weak pistols at those ranges. And it looks like it's going to be B here for Liquid.
Moving into checkers in the numbers. Crims is the only man on the site itself. Olofmeister's holding a bit of an angle here. Crims going to get wrecked. Olofmeister's super important here. Look how fast he is with these headshots coming in really nicely. 4 versus 2. He's going to get wrecked by Eco up close. There's still time for more shenanigans. JW coming in huge there. 180 frag as well. That's what Fnatic needed. They can't afford to lose more plays. They can't afford to lose any rounds. Closing the gap to 4 now. And we will see the buy come out for Liquid.
So Liquid have been really good at actually breaking Fnatic fairly quickly. Last time it was a similar story, but they got reset, I think, pretty much straight away. So Fnatic in this situation, it's actually a really weird one, because normally you'll say to yourselves, okay, let's play with all the weapons we had in the previous round. We know we'll have a weapon disadvantage, but it's okay, most situations. In this situation, it's not really as okay as it would normally be, because they're behind so many rounds. They need to win every round, and Liquid have shown that you can't count them out in any situation, and they're going to go for that A attack, it would seem. And it's just AKs, it's a limited number of grenades, but Flusher and GW are in position to deal with it. But the AWP is on Olofmeister, and he's not nearby just yet.
Yeah, Olofmeister a bit antsy towards B, wondering if he's going to go for a push. Has Crims in for support, but he's not boosted into the vent. Either way, they are far away from the A bomb site here. Hiko is lining up for a smoke through the squeaky door, but we've seen in the first half, when you get those smokes down towards quad on the T side, it's always hard to make your way through them and putting work afterwards. Molotovs flying in, but Liquid not committing just yet, pulling a rotation. Maybe Fnatic will start to second guess themselves, but surely they hear the feet. Hiko running through the smoke. He's going to get taken down in isolation. No answer from Liquid.
JW is in the quad position though, looking to find the perfect moment. The flash comes in from a teammate. JW will take down 2, and Elise flies off the red container. And once again, Fnatic stand tall with a very monumental defense of that A bomb site. Liquid need to think twice before just straight up hitting that A site. It's not as simple as that, and Fnatic are telling them that in every sense.
In all the North American games, Dan, that you and I have casted in the past, we always saw on Cash specifically, the Ts, they put that smoke down onto that quad area, but then they would just run through it and get completely wrecked by the CTs. Then we started to see that develop. We started to see the pop flashes come in. I think it was missing there. Hiko just ran through, didn't know where to look, left or right, maybe banking on the Molotov moving some CTs around. Got taken down for free by JW, and there was no response whatsoever. Now we see the numbers going over towards B, but they've got not much to work with. That said, Olofmeister gets taken down. We need a fast rotation here for the CTs, but they don't seem convinced that the Ts are committing to it. JW getting aggressive towards main, trying to find out what's going on, trying to get that information. Now we're seeing a rotation coming in from the CTs, but the Ts are moving around as well.
Yeah, Nitro is actually going to stay in checkers to try to make Fnatic doubts what they think is known currently, keeping presence there as the rotation comes in, and he's able to collect the AWP. Fnatic know this is a problem. They know that he's picked it up very likely because of the smoke cover. So now the push comes back in again. Liquid are really trying to toy with the rotation of Fnatic, trying to abuse that, trying to punish it. And it's all going to be down to Crims, who's on the site alone at this point. He's got no grenades, and his teammates don't really have many grenades either. Dennis has none. Crims will really need a pop flash, because it's going to get really bad very soon without any support.
Flusher's waiting for somebody to pop through the vent in mid, but Elijah's holding an angle to stop a rotation coming in as well. So that's another thing that you can check out on GoTV while this push comes in. Dennis getting smoked off from his position. Now what's Flusher going to do? Is he going to go for the rotation through mid? Crims holding things down on the site. The numbers streaming in. JW coming in for work as well. There's a bomb down. Nico gets blinded. Perfect timing for the CTs. Dennis flying through, and now it's Nitro versus 3. He's been waiting all that time with the AWP, can only get so much work done. Fnatic continue to close the gap. 3 plays surviving. AWP rescued as well.
Liquid didn't go into that previous round with very much, but they made it look like they could maybe win it with some of the situations they created off of a single 1D. And that is the power of the Deagle. But now the true test will come in, because Liquid, with their first big buy into this second half on this 5th round now, and Fnatic definitely need to be careful, be cautious, because they know the AWP will be on JDM. You can always count on it with Liquid. We'll have already middle smoked off, so the presence will be there straight away. As I really like that Liquid just take middle immediately, and Fnatic weren't banking on this. They've only got Olofmeister who's in the vents. He's going to have to back away. He does get some damage, but not the kill. So Liquid have gained a lot of space for a pretty limited cost, but that said, actually they have very low utility from this point forward, so this is going to be a very fine situation to play from in the mid round. They can go to both bomb sites.
Indeed they can. Minute 20 on the clock, and the grenade situation isn't great for Fnatic either. Olofmeister and JW and Flusher have Molotovs to kind of force Liquid from position, deny them certain ways to push into the site unless they want to take tons of damage, and maybe they'll choose to do that. But again, we have the B players playing very, very deeply. A's been abandoned as well. It seems Fnatic might have a good read on the situation, but they've got no info. They're taking gambles here, and they're about to get outnumbered on the B bomb site.
Yeah, it could be really bad right now. Look, will toss in a quick incendiary for good measure, but dropped immediately by Nitro. Dennis comes in for the refrag. Crims as well, and Fnatic answer back to the aggression of Team Liquid, but it is not over yet. There's still 3 players trying to march through, and we'll get the trades again. Crims is locking down this B-bomb site. 2 frags for him as JDM is sent scrambling, trying desperately to save his orb, knowing that there is no hope left in the round.
And that shows you the problem with having a lack of grenades there for the T side, because you see the players, the positions being posted up on the B bomb site. You can Molotov those positions from outside of B. You can force those CTs out of position into the open and take them down with the numbers you have in the checkers area, but they don't have the grenades to do that. Despite having mid taken very early, they did not have enough utility to put themselves in the best spot to succeed afterwards. And now JDM's being hunted and he will get taken down. There is a pause coming in as well as Fnatic move to round number 10. Both teams on double figures now.
So a lot for Liquid to talk about in this situation, and again, some of that history might start to nag Liquid a little bit, because it was this map that's famously they lost so many match point rounds on against of course what is now the SK lineup. And
how many T rounds have they won, Dan?
It's 0 right now.
They've won 0 T rounds. They have no positive evidence to work with in this second half.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And if you think of the rounds that they have shown, they've actually shown quite a variety. We've seen a fast middle take, and that's kind of a map control play. The only problem with that play is that with the mid take was good, actually. I think that put them in a very good position. But the problem is that they didn't have any utility to work from after they had that. And usually if you're in that situation, if you only have enough nades to get into mid, but not enough nades to actually attack or defend a bomb site with, or get onto a bomb site towards A especially, you need a lot of nades for that, then you're not really exploring the full depth of what that strategy can actually achieve. So I hope that Liquid recognize this, because I think that could be a good play moving forwards, because if they just keep straight up attacking A or B like we've seen, every time Fnatic just shut that down, and they don't only just shut it down, they do it in the most dominant fashion.
Liquid have 35 seconds to collect their thoughts. You see Peacemaker barking instructions to his team, telling them advice. How are they going to adjust things? And again, let's not forget the Fnatic economy. They haven't lost a single round in this half from the pistol onwards. They're 1 round behind their opponents. They have reasonable money. You've got JW just shy of $10,000. Flusher just shy of 8. The rest between 3 and 6K. See Spirit still high in the Liquid camp in the crowd there, and Fnatic trying to get rival chance going. Well, we will soon see what Liquid choose to do. They're going for a conservative play. They could have gone for a force buy, but again, they would have been somewhat lacking in utility. They've actually gone for a super weird buy. Again, this reminds me of something we saw from Virtus Pro once on the T side of Cash, where they had AWP onto Pasha and pretty much no other weapons, and they managed to make it work. I told you about what s1mple could do previously on this map. They've got s1mple on the AK, the rest of the team on Tech 9s.
And this is really cool as well, because Liquid, they really respect each other, and s1mple, importantly, I think respects every player on the lineup, and that's been an issue in the past. And you can see they're like, okay, s1mple, you're the man right now, and he's got the timing as well to get in there for a fast frag. And Dennis does not have an AWP, but it looks like s1mple will get smoked off, so he can't really use that timing through middle. And ooh, the run boost coming in, and look at that angle, very fine-tuned stuff. Finds the legs, he goes down. Flusher is going to find a straight bullet straight to the face of JDM, and they're trying to commit in here, but again, shut down on this A bomb site, but it's not over yet. s1mple is still alive.
And he's versus 3, double peak coming in, almost a triple, and his plan, the plan for s1mple to be the can opener isn't going to work. The can stays firmly closed. Those beans will have a long sell-by date, so perhaps he could open them on a later round. 11 to 11, we have the buy coming out. s1mple manages to get the AK and the armor, so it's a very calculated decision here, and it's managed to work. s1mple's back on the AK. He doesn't have many grenades, he's got a smoke, but it doesn't really matter. You want him shooting people in the face.
I think this has been an issue for Liquid in a lot of these rounds, the way they've managed their economy previously. They haven't always had the best amount of grenades, or in situations where they do, again, as I mentioned, they don't lead themselves with enough nades to finish the plan. And And I think that's a problem, and it might give them some false results as well.
S1mple is over towards B now, and again, this is obviously normally Hiko's going to be lurking towards B, but S1mple harassing B is a massive thing, or it can be. Moving away now, while some of the numbers are over towards Squeaky. JW bouncing into position as well. But again, S1mple harassing over towards B can be very successful. He's just re-smoking it now, so if you want to go to B, you might want to keep an eye on him. Flusher, I don't know what he's doing there. He's well, I've got no explanation for that. Either way, he's going to lose half his life through the door. Minute 13 here for Team Liquid to play with.
That said, Hiko's going to lose half his life through the door as well, so all is fair, it would seem. But it's going to be a pretty nice defense here. If there is to be an attack from Liquid onto the A bomb side, Fnatic look very confident. They've got 3 players that can quickly respond to that. It's actually towards B storage where they've given up a lot of space towards the checkers position. Fnatic have only 2 players just stuck on the bomb site, which is quite vulnerable to these set pieces. That's one of the best ways to attack around like this, but how do they discover that? Most teams will try to use grenades to force that setup, then to use the set piece to punish it. But Team Liquid have just taken up middle. They don't have a lot of information right now, but they are getting close for this A split, and they're going for it. Dennis comes in, and that is 3 massive kills, and 1 is left now for Liquid. After the dust settles, they've lost the bomb. JDM and Hiko with 25 seconds to recover it. This is absolute madness. Liquid, surely there is not a way to come back into this round.
That is outstanding timing from Dennis. The short smoke comes in, the lack of warning for the A players. Dennis comes in, just wrecks absolutely everyone. Hiko collecting a second AWP now, trying to escape. Flusher surely hears him, but the door's been closed. So maybe they can save both weapons. But that is a veritable disaster for the Liquid side. Their loss bonus continues though. Hiko going for the no-scope, he can't save the weapon, and neither can JDM. They both go down.
After time.
After time. Oh dear.
That's really bad.
That's a free round for Fnatic.
Yeah, JDM's on $150, Hiko's on $1,400. They receive no loss bonus as a T player dying after time. That is very, very good for Fnatic, let's put it that way.
It's a modern tragedy, Dan. Yeah. Somebody writes a poem.
And I have to say, there is so much grit and determination from both sides, so much heart coming in for both teams into this match. Both of them trying to grind it out at the moment.
S1mple's going for it again. AK and Armor. It seems they're trying to change things up and just go for the raw peaks with S1mple. Again, he is a hyper-dangerous AK player. And Fnatic now, it's their turn to not give him the opportunities to open things up. Some deagles here and there, but really it's down to S1mple to get something done in this round. But nobody, especially in the middle area, seems, I mean, he was over towards B in the previous round. He saw some plays moving into Checker's area, but then the smoke came down. Lots of time was wasted. Tried to rotate the AK in the meantime, didn't work out for him. Now he's in mid, and they're just not serving themselves up until Dennis wants to.
Absolutely, and Dennis, he will do whatever he wants so far. He's been having a really amazing series, to be honest. He's been one of the MVPs for sure for Fnatic. And we're going to see now the assault from Liquid. There's a lot of weapons here, actually, in the form of Deagles and an AK. So maybe there's hope to pick up a kill, but maybe not. Looks like, actually, as I say that, S1mple will find that pinpoint shot onto Olofmeister, removing him. But Crims is still on the bomb site. He seems to be a permanent fixture, but finally, he will be dismantled there as Hiko comes in with the headshot on the Deagle. And there is now an opportunity, potentially, for Hiko, but the bomb is, he has to cross back for the bomb. This is a huge problem, and he can't get anything done. Dennis will take him down. 13-11 now as Liquid try to find a way back in this one. And I have to say that one thing I've noticed from Fnatic is they're actually abandoning checkers very easily. They're playing very passively on the B bomb site. If Liquid realize this, they can actually exploit that. That's, I think, something that they can easily just, if they have the execute, because that's what Fnatic are essentially telling them. We want to force you to run the set piece.
Yeah, well, they were giving it up easily, but now Fnatic are rocking 2 AWPs, which means angles are going to be held. Olofmeister going over towards B. Flusher's going for his dodgy angle in middle. This angle's really cool from Flusher if you're watching on GoTV. He doesn't look towards the opening in mid or the boost. He waits for people to cross over towards the vent without them thinking, well, with them thinking that nobody is in the mid area. He catches so many people off guard with that angle. It can really be effective for his side. You see the initial nades coming in now, so he can raise the alarm to his teammates. Keep an eye on highway, I'm not covering it, and then they can have a nice CT hold. How will Liquid respond?
Response is coming with that A split. It would appear already the movement will appear first in middle before there is presence from A main and Squeaky Door, which is where the other two players are coming in with the bomb. And here it is now. JW's going to throw down the nade. It's going to get very awkward very quickly for him. He's going to be able to take down Alicia's Flusher stuck behind the smoke. JW with no support, with seemingly nowhere to go. He's going to find a door. He's going to shut that so he can just be safe for moments longer. Coming in at the perfect timing. Oh, the grenade will be denied and the bomb will be collected. But Flusher comes in, trying to capitalize in all of the desperation, all of the chaos, but it is Liquid who might have a chance now. This looks good for them.
Crim's getting taken down, leaving JW alone, but he's got 10k. He can still try and do damage to the side here, but Olofmeister's got 1400, and indeed with the extended bomb timer, which was updated a few months ago, he will try and rotate, but it's not going to work out. S1mple, ready and waiting, reading what JW's shenanigans might be, and it pays off for Liquid. But now things get dangerous for the side. They are one round behind Fnatic at the moment, and the problem is, if they lose this round, then they are going to have a hell of a lot of trouble coming their way. 3 seconds remaining now. And again, Liquid, they've won the round, they have some success, but they don't have money in the bank, and that's an issue for them. This is a crucial round, a crucial round. If Fnatic take this, then they may take the map.
Yeah, it's a very, very interesting situation. It's coming down to the wire with these two teams on every map, every situation as well. In the later stages of Cash, as we start to see the harassment coming in from JDM as he looks to try to deposition the defense and maybe capitalize with a sneaky shot, but the smoke goes down to deny him. So it's hard to find a way in the early rounds here for Liquid, but they will persevere as they wait for that smoke to dissipate. Eco harassing the door at the moment, but it does really feel like at this point that Liquid do want to go for that straight up A play, which, I mean, right now we're in a position where I think almost every time Fnatic have found a way to shut it down apart from that last round.
JW harassing over towards the door. Flush is in a strong position as well. But Liquid not committed to either site just yet. You have to wonder if Fnatic are going to go for an information play here. They only have a few flashbangs, but again, these Molotovs are going to be super important for Fnatic when this Liquid push finally comes in. Olofmeister in the vents want to take down S1mple. That might suggest the intentions here of Liquid. Elise moving fast up towards Highway. They've got a player in Squeaky and plays in main. JW could be in trouble here. Flush is going to be key.
Here comes Elise. The snap is legendary there from Elise, and that will easily clean out the bomb site. There is no one left standing there to defend, to stop the plant from going down. It's going to have to be on Crims and Olofmeister, the dynamic duo of the Swedish side, to try to save this one. They do have time to work with, and Olofmeister is going to help Crims out. He's going to pick up that first kill and turn things into a 2 versus 2.
Crims is going to bide his time as well. Olofmeister's completely rotating as JW tried to previously. They want to get that 2 versus 1 while one person's holding an angle towards main. Crims starting to creep now as Olofmeister comes in for support, but the time is running out here. They both have kits, but they can't afford to take any more time. Hiko and Elise come in, and it is not over for Liquid yet. 13 to 13, things tie up now, and the money starts to get worrisome for Fnatic.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, you know, talking about it earlier, it seemed like Liquid weren't really able to post much of a response. They were searching for answers for so long, and it gets to a point where it takes too long. You get to a spot where you just have to beat buys upon buys, but finally they've actually managed to do that. And Fnatic are going to be buying within their last, as we'll see a jumble sale, but they will have, importantly, an AWP, and when there is an AWP, there is hope. But will we see aggression from Fnatic? It's so hard to make this call with so much on the line.
Is the dream real for Hiko? He was willing to do whatever it takes to win, to beat his sister on Mario Dan. That is disgusting, but has he got the guts to take it over the line here versus Fnatic? That's a good start, taking JW down through the door. Flusher now, the only man over towards the A site. Fnatic denied of information. There are smokes all over A. That's pulling a rotation here from Olofmeister, who's come all the way from, past CT spawn all the way to A to join the Flusher. So Crims is alone over towards B, Dennis is alone in the middle area, and again, Fnatic don't have any information almost anywhere on the map. They can be overwhelmed on any site.
How can they possibly hold this 2 men against 5 in this situation? Help is on the way though here for Fnatic if they can just delay long enough, and Flush is going to try to do that. He's got the 5-7 in hand, peeking into Elise again! Elise is just phenomenal there for Team Liquid, cleaning out the entire site. This guy is a one-man army, and Liquid are going to be reveling surely very soon because Fnatic have nothing left in the bank, and Crims is desperately going to be trying to save this AWP.
Liquid are moving in to 2 rounds, within 2 rounds of a 2-0 versus a team who believe that they're the best team in the world. They didn't manage to face SK at ECS, and they may not manage to do it here either, Dan, because Liquid are taking charge of this second map. They're about to take the lead. The money, look at the money on the CT side. The money isn't there. There is no money there.
This must be one of the best performances we've ever seen from Alicia at a tournament as well. This guy has been so consistently
He's
delivering.
not even top fragging. s1mple's got 29 frags.
I know, but we expect that. It's fine. Let's talk about Alicia.
Look at, they've got $2,400. There's barely enough money to feed the talent room, Dan.
All right, so Fnatic are going to see what they can get done here. It's just going to be a pistol or 2 and an AWP. Of course, they've done more with less, but Liquid, they really seem truly unstoppable right now. Here it is. We have the initial altercation there as Elise finds himself in middle.
He's carrying the bomb, though. He needs to be careful.
Oh, and Crims is also there in position with the AWP. If it falls into middle, with Crims there, this could be massively problematic, and Crims will get the frag, but he has to fall back and away. 1 frag claim, though. It's something.
Yeah, everyone on Fnatic can AWP. Crims is the only man with Kevlar, so it makes sense that he AWPs. If he gets shot in the leg or something, you don't want to have that aim punch, which will make him completely miss his shot. So the rest of the team will be on pistols, and Crims will try to rotate that AWP and keep surprising their opponent. We've seen Liquid collapse at 14 rounds before. We've seen it on Cash, no less. They need to come together. Just bring the numbers into one of these sites. They've got 2 Molotovs, they've got a bunch of smokes. They know how to do a wall of smoke execute to try and take away that car position, which may be a likely position of the AWP. Speaking of which, that's exactly where Crims is right now. They've got nades. They just need to take down the players on the site. That is a good start. Flusher gets taken down, and that's going to cause a rotation. Crims moving away from A now with that AWP. Now he's out of position. These players need to come in big for Fnatic on the site.
They have some good ranges to work with the pistols, but they must connect. There can be no margin for error, and it looks once again to be a great result for Team Liquid. Just 1 player left, even a team kill coming in, but Liquid still with a very dominating advantage as the bomb can be planted. Olofmeister against 3 players. He's got an AK-47, but nothing else. He is running in the nude with that thing.
Olofmeister holding on to the AK for now, trying to deny match point. There's an AWP to collect, but the only thing that will be collected is Olofmeister by JDM. Match point for Liquid. Are Liquid going to a grand final of a major? Is the dream real for Hiko? Is he going to surpass his best? Are we about to witness that? Fnatic back on the buy now, back on the M4s, back with the grenades. Will we see some aggression from them? We haven't seen that many rounds where they've gone for pushes. We've seen them pop into A main here and there. Maybe need to get information when they've been down on the numbers. Is that what's required here for Fnatic to take this over the line?
Just 1 more round, that's all it is. But to a Liquid that look like this at the moment, it's hard to see it going any other way at this point. Fnatic need to dig deep, perhaps deeper than they've ever dug before in this situation, facing the kinds of players that they are in s1mple, Elige, and all of the rest. As we see Crims taking a more forward position than we're used to seeing from the previous rounds of Fnatic, forcing Liquid to use grenades to deposition them, to force them back and out. And again, previously, as mentioned, a lot of teams like to throw a couple Molotovs towards the vent position to clear it out, force the CTs back onto the site to set themselves up for a very nice B set piece, so they can crush the players on the site with the Molotovs. That is a very effective play. We haven't seen Liquid run it yet. With the lack of preparation they've had moving into this tournament, we don't even know if they have some of the more basic set pieces. They've done a lot with very little, and now the rotation comes back in with the bomb as we enter the mid-round. And Liquid, without an early round pick, with low grenades on both sides, they need to attack a bomb site, and it's going to be A.
45 seconds left on the clock. If you want to make your voices heard in the crowd, now is the time to do it. Liquid trying to take the match over the line. What is that?
What just happened? Elige just killed 2 of his teammates.
What is this? Is it a Trojan horse stand? Has he been paid off? How is that even possible?
I have no idea what's going on right now. There can only be an issue. Surely the round is going to be cancelled here or something because...
No, this is like the last episode of a TV season. You can't just kill your teammates like this. Somebody tell me what's going on. Okay, they're restoring the match. Don't worry, Elige is not the enemy. Elige is not the enemy.
We see the 2 frags, we see the 2 team kills. What the hell is that? But it's okay. It's all okay. We're back into this one.
He looks like such a nice boy, Dan.
He's got a darkness inside of him. But the thing is that...
My heart can't take this. I've had too much Haribo.
So much of the round was played out there. Sure, there wasn't any frags, but we had a lot of grenades used. They saw the default. They actually, I think, already realized that Liquid are going towards A right now. So that's going to completely mess with the momentum that Liquid had moving into that round. It's always a very annoying situation to have happen. Obviously, we don't know exactly the reason why the round ended up getting cancelled in that way. I guess that's a very good way to cancel the round. Just slaughter your teammates. Either way, we're back into this one. It's all right, James. Calm down. We're back into this one. 15-13. Can Liquid take it over the line, or will Fnatic extend this one?
Well, it looks like Liquid are setting up for a execute onto one of these sites. We see the grenade streaming in, but are they willing to commit? They've got nobody in main when they throw these grenades, which can be a risk, but again, Fnatic haven't been willing to take those aggressive positions. Wall of smokes here, JW's isolated, fighting around the forklift, but there are people going down in the middle area here. It's a 4 versus 2, it's a 4 versus 1. Crims is the last man to keep Fnatic in this, to stop Hiko from making his dream, to stop him from making it to the final.
It looks like it's happening. The bomb has been planted. Crims with an impossible task set upon him. He's going to go for the move up short right now, but as soon as he gets spotted, he has so many players to take down, 2 of which are very low. There's the first one. He gets immediately tagged in the face. This is so terrible right now for Crims. There is surely no way out as they toy with him. Nitro will get the finishing kill, and Team Liquid will eliminate Fnatic. They will be playing in a grand final against SK. What the hell just happened?
Hiko has done the unthinkable. You saw that heartwarming video. He's made it to this point before, but now he's made it one step further. Only one